Welcome to a game called JudgeSim, where we judge people based on the cases they have.
Everyone's guilty. Next question.
Joe, that's a kangaroo court thing. You don't want to do that.
I bet some of these cases are going to be something like that, since the evidence would be super easy to decipher.
You do have a lot of court experience to back that up.
Well, this is going to be a shit show. Although if the game never punishes you, I guess it'll be okay. That's a big if, though.
Let's dive right in, boys. Of course we're going to do this shit in English. I can't understand anything else.
Imagine doing this in a completely other language and just blindly doing cases. No, we're not doing that, people.
Because this is a collective effort, we're going to use the channel name for our persona.
At least we're included.
Oh shit, we didn't do the story mode first. Oh well. Don't care. Can't be punished for these cases, so your fears of that being the case has been nullified, Obama.
Immense the fucking kangaroo court system, I guess, but please don't, that's cheap for something like this.
We can gamble. Oh, hell yeah. We're gonna land 777s and be untaxably rich.
What's this? A letter from the wife saying she doesn't want me home because I'm a judge and I bring home so much money that they're taken care of and I can safeguard them from future legal shenanigans? Well, fuck her then. Let's get started.
Let's go to the casino pronto.
Joe, we haven't even done a case yet. Can't gamble with nothing.
Don't tell that to people going to Las Vegas. They'll gamble away their fucking homes for crying out loud.
Let's get to the case already, fellas.
Guilty. Next question.
Joe, we need to do this properly or else we'll be seen as the worst judge ever. Okay, who the fuck is this guy?
We need to read the case file so we get some info on him.
Why does he look somewhat familiar to an infamous police officer from a few years ago?
I'm sure there's no relation to the one that knelt on a guy's neck, preventing him to breathe.
Oh, fuck yes there is. Derek Chauvin and George Floyd. We're literally looking at the case file of the thing that made BLM explode in anger.
Ah, so if we acquit this guy, our video is going to be mass flagged as racism and we'll have the entire comments section berate us.
Like I said at the start, guilty.
Wait, why are we talking about Chauvin when it's Garrick Bovin that's here? Proofreading, motherfucker. It's not that hard.
Wasn't there two cops though? Maybe Seth was the one documenting? Wait, no, that was someone else who saw all this go down.
Completely guilty. Lock him up.
We'll give him one last chance to speak before we throw the book at him, okay? He's fucked, but I want to hear what he has to say about this.
I would have just done it anyway, but you do you, Don. No one was around? Did you forget that a civilian named Sabrina took a picture of you?
To be fair, Floyd was not innocent and was a criminal that dealt with crack and fentanyl, but the way this was handled wasn't right. Like the in real life court decision for this guy, I'm sending his ass to jail.
Hell yeah, we're doing the right thing.
I'll say 5 years. I don't know how long the actual guy got. Racist? Dude wasn't racist. He was just incompetent and overzealous.
Now can we go to the casino?
No, we just did our first case. We're not going to try and gamble it all away.
I wonder if all these cases are mock-ups of real cases like that George Floyd one.
Maybe, but there could be original cases as well.
Guilty. Next question.
Is that goddamn queso?
Looks like we'll have both real and original cases, but with famous names.
I'm guessing this one's gonna be food related because it's queso.
He asked for the fries to be remade because they were too cold. He also returned and assaulted the cashier and the manager. Why? I mean, he did do a French fry review, but still, why attack someone over that?
I mean, it's understandable if you were handed solid sticks of ice instead of fries, but I don't get why he would return and cause himself to be picked up by police and mall security.
Why would you assault the cashier when it's not even the cashier's job to prepare the food, it's the cook's job? Queso came here for judicial compensation, but he just fucked himself with something so stupid.
He came back because they were too salty? Holy fuck, man. It's not the end of the world because they put a bit too much salt on the fries.
I mean, I don't want to eat salt in the shape of fries either, but to assault people over it is ridiculous. Even I don't do that at McDonald's. I just threaten to close the restaurant location instead.
What a burn by the manager.
Jesus Christ, I hope this isn't a real case.
It's not, which I don't know if I'm thankful or not about that.
Well, this was definitely a brawl. By the looks of the manager, I suspect that Queso started the fight, which is why he looks unscathed.
Well, why don't we hear from the both of them?
But there is audio evidence of a brawl, my guy.
Judging by how he's fucked up and Queso is just standing there defiant and proud, I'm throwing the book at him and I'll acquit the manager since he was only doing his job, albeit with a bit of rudeness.
That's actually pretty fair, but don't give Queso jail time. Make him do public service by picking litter at the side of a highway or something.
Deport him.
To where? He's an American-born citizen. That's just stupid. We're giving him public service like Obama said.
Oh, that's no fun. I would have deported him to Guam, where the entire island is heavy because of the population that heavily relies on McDonald's.
I remember hearing about that years ago. Is it still just as bad as it was?
Well, if our audience is curious enough, they'll go into a rabbit hole about the whole obesity problem Guam has, or had. Let's see what our next case is going to be. Holy fuck, that is one ugly woman on the left.
Guilty. Next question.
Joe, stop saying that. We're not always going to call these people guilty just because you say that.
Let's see, looks like this is an issue regarding these two in a roundabout. And one says she was hit by the woman on the right and is wanting compensation from her for the accident. Seems plausible, but I want to see the entire thing.
There is something to consider, which is the right-of-way and the fact that most roundabouts have a yield sign for someone turning onto a street from a roundabout using a separate lane.
I honestly just barrel straight through the damn things and hope I don't get hit, which luckily hasn't happened yet. But if karma is real, then I just jinxed myself the next time I drive.
You said you looked left and right when entering the roundabout, and you claimed the woman on the right was going so fast that you had to put on the brakes and you bumped into her. And the police claim you were at fault completely. This one sounds tricky at first, but think about it. If you're entering the roundabout, you always have your eyes on the road. And you always check for traffic, even if it wasn't there a second ago. You always have to double check, triple check, or hell, even check for a fourth time before proceeding. You have the damn yield sign.
Wait, both of these women claim the other person was going so fast that they had to put brakes on and they hit each other. While I think Adele should have been more careful in the roundabout, it was the other woman that failed to yield for other traffic coming through the roundabout. I'd say it's 85% Lilisol's fault and 15% Adele's fault.
Can we even do decisions like that here?
I pretty much made up my decision, but like the other cases, I want to hear them both out.
Should have yielded whether a sign was there or not.
I think the wording is a bit off, but still, Adele is fine. She was in the right for most of this. And the other woman will have to pay damages. No appeals, people.
This game is super simple. Like, it feels similar to Papers, Please, but without the hassle of dealing with piles of documents and paperwork and a whole lot of bullshit.
Guilty. Next question.
Case 4. What do we got today? This one's definitely more difficult to go through. What I'm seeing is that a bank teller or something like that is being accused of fraud by using fake documents to steal money from clients via transfer.
This is the kind of tech-savvy shit that I can never understand. Yes, I grew up when this technology was invented, but it's far too complex for me to understand.
What's more is that the IT person here, Matthew, is being accused of stealing the money for himself with the transfers and fake documents because he knows the system and could easily do that, but it would be super illegal. Yeah, I can't tell who is the real culprit either.
Let's see if there's anything really damning of either of them, since I can see both getting punished, but I don't know who would get the more harsher punishment.
She calls about campaigns and opportunities? How would I know if she's calling me from a branch or somewhere in India?
Joe, Caroline is not an Indian name, so she would be calling from a local branch or somewhere within the country.
Okay, what the fuck does Matthew being a creepy guy to this other employee have to do with this case? It's not related. What is interesting, though, is at the bottom of this page, she mentions Caroline complains about the slowness of her computer and decides to ask Ashley if she can use her computer instead to get work done. Kind of suspicious. There has to be logs of some sort.
Matthew would see something for sure, which means he could also be guilty if the logs magically weren't there, but we have to find out for ourselves.
So they claim that a Trojan has breached the system and they want these customers to transfer the money they deposited over to a new account. But the new account was directed to one of these two. Interesting. Matthew knows what Trojans are because he's IT, but it doesn't mean Caroline doesn't know what they are either.
Matthew's logs show he had nothing at 10:02 a.m. That's odd. Let's take note of the 6-digit numbers, though, since they may be important. Oh, look at that. This is Caroline's logs, and so far everything is normal and aligns with her statement.
But what about when she goes onto her friend's computer?
I thought you were not really paying attention because of your fear of technology. Whatever. This does show that she downloaded clients with over 100K in their accounts and sent the transfer documents over to Matthew, who has those 6 digits. Coincidence? I think not. Speak now.
Sounds sus as hell.
They're both guilty, but I don't quite know who to put the hammer on. I'm leaning towards Matthew, but Caroline also was involved.
Bullshit. You did it yourself on her computer, lady. Fuck's sakes, Matthew may have stolen the money, but she lied in court. They're working together.
Do it. Throw the book at both of them.
That is definitely what I'm going to go for. I was going to give Matthew the harsher punishment, but when Caroline lied directly to my face, I will make her pay back double what she and Matthew stole and give him a fine as well for this shit. Don't lie to me and expect a lesser punishment. We'll do about 10 cases and then call it. What do we got for case 5?
Guilty. Next question.
This couple bought a house under conjuring houses and wants to return it due to reports of paranormal activity and shit that apparently the agent didn't disclose to them? Would have thought they would do research before purchasing, but hey, what do I know?
Didn't these people watch the Conjuring movies? Why would they buy a house that looks haunted and decides, yeah, we'll take it, and then complain that it's haunted? Is this some social media trend where you waste thousands of dollars to gain thousands of dollars from views and then get the money back as profit? Am I missing out on something?
Not really. These two are just idiots trying to pull the rug out from under the real estate agent. And yeah, right there at the bottom. Why would you buy a home that had a widow committing suicide in it? I'm 50-50 on believing in the paranormal, but if it's legit, that should have been the biggest red flag.
I could put some blame on the agent for trying to sell this home to them without saying anything about the widow incident, but at the end of the day, he's just doing his job and bringing back profits for the company he works for. If the home was in disrepair or had legitimate dangers like rotten floorboards or structural damage he didn't disclose before purchasing, then yeah, I'd put the blame on him. But this home was good to go, and like I said before, they should have done their research, and now they're having some sort of buyer's remorse. The agent's innocent. That's my final answer.
And this agent basically was annoyed that these people likely were going to be like those ghost adventure people that get famous after these experiences and try to pin the blame on the agent and become famous from this. I understand completely.
Because they're stupid, that's why.
It's not his fault for basically doing his job and selling the house as it was in good condition, albeit secluded.
Precisely! Do your damn research on stuff like deaths in the house so you know whether the place is haunted or not. It's not his job to do your research for you. You're not returning the house. Case 6, what do we got? Either these are construction workers looking for compensation, or these are those annoying activists.
I'm gonna take a gander and say these are the activists who go around museums throwing soup and shit at paintings to try and spread a message about climate change. Didn't some of them try destroying the Magna Carta as well?
Yes, that indeed happened. Thankfully, the glass protecting it didn't break, but all I'm seeing is two Greta Thunbergs making a complete fool of themselves for a message that could have been spread in a better and less damaging way. The Earth goes through climate change all the time, even before humans were around. So even if we did everything and stopped the progress of the climate change we humans are currently doing, the Earth would still go through climate change anyway. And if we took Venus as an example of climate change on a planet, it doesn't matter if we were here or not. Not that I'm saying climate change doesn't exist, it's just, it'll happen no matter what.
Some countries are bad for climate change, like India and China, and I get that, but you can't just go around fucking up artwork and think it'll do anything, since, like the president said, it doesn't do anything for the world except expose how stupid and pointless the stunt was. These idiots deserve to pay the damages for what they did to the Mona Lisa.
I also remember activists like these people in Germany placing their hands in cement on a highway to try and spread a similar message. They should have been sent along with the McNamara's morons, aka Project 100,000.
Case 7, and oh my God, it's Judge Judy.
She's here under corruption charges? Why? She's the most entertaining and blunt judge to watch knock down people in her courtroom.
Well, it's not just corruption. She's also here because of some money laundering scheme behind the scenes.
So she got sent $200K to an offshore account. Says here that it came from the former Minister of Interior who was arrested for corruption 10 days ago. It all seems so strange and kind of damning for Judy here.
And she also has a couple sus emails that expose her for this, allegedly.
Now she's claiming someone's trying to defame her. Digital footprints exist for a reason, Judy. Even if it was deleted, everything on the internet stays there forever.
Yeah, these emails completely make Judy look bad. It's for her daughter's future, which probably seemed generous, but it's still very scummy. And the fact that she is hiding this is so disheartening. Let's see what she has to say about all this.
Especially from someone who was arrested for corruption themselves.
Don't mock me in my own courtroom.
Oh my fucking God, Judy.
Judy, I hate to do this to you since you're a great judge, but the lack of awareness and the fact that you're insulting my intelligence as well as not admitting to receiving these emails really puts you in a bad spot. I'll give you 3 years of jail to reflect on this.
It's a shame that this had to happen, but it's a lesson that has to be learned, meaning don't lie in the courtroom and don't insult the one handing out the sentence.
Well, hopefully the next case isn't as disheartening as that one was.
Case 8, and yep, already don't like this guy.
Guilty. Next question.
Joe might actually be right from the start. He's here because a gas station was robbed, and after the robber left, this guy made a rap song with lyrics that matched the description of the events that went down in the gas station, from storming into the station, demanding that the cashier put the money in his bag while flashing his piece at the cashier, and how he got away, and so on and so forth.
This might be the easiest case yet. We also have digital evidence, aka the track he made, so instead of wasting time reading through this shit, let's see what the song is about and see if the lyrics do match what happened at the gas station.
I like the beat he chose, although it's likely a copyright-free track he used. I think he's innocent. This is just a song after all.
Joe, are you fucking dense? He described everything down to the littlest detail. He's super fucked.
Well, why don't we hear from the SoundCloud rapper himself? Except this wasn't some made-up piece of fiction. This was a real robbery at a real location in real life, very recently. Get fucked, you stupid ass wannabe Eminem. Case 9, and oh boy, someone injured and a lawyer in the other seat. This will be interesting.
Guilty. Next question.
He's here because he crashed his car into a tree while being distracted by a slogan on a can of Red Bull and is demanding compensation from the company because the slogan distracted him from driving because of what it said. Oh my God, keep your fucking eyes on the road. Why are you staring at a fucking canned slogan while driving? Idiot! Instant rejection for compensation.
Now hold on, Donald. It is indeed his fault for being distracted in the first place, which made him crash his car. But what if the slogan is actually something that could be dangerous for other people? Not so much people with a normal mental state, but for those that are not quite in the same mindset, AKA those with mental disabilities that effectively would allow them to be in danger because of said slogan. Kids or teens are also easily endowed into doing things that could be dangerous since their brains are still developing. They could drink the can, read the slogan, get in a motor vehicle, and do what the slogan says, which is never hit the brakes. They'd take that literally, and that's the danger.
You're not even going to listen to what they both have to say?
Why should I? He's stupid enough to be distracted by a can while driving. And even though I would acquit Bad Bull, but Obama does have a point. If we let people like Joe here read the slogan and then go on the road and do what the can says, he could cause a lot of trouble. I'm going to recommend that he does not get compensation for his accident, and Red Bull/Bad Bull shall remove the slogan to protect stupid people from themselves. Case 10. And wait, is this the Olympic shit from the recent Summer Games in Paris where a female boxer was questioned as being male when they hit the other female boxer too hard or something?
Look at the size of them. Keitha? More like fucking Keith that claimed he was female so he could win gold since he couldn't get it elsewhere.
I think a trans weightlifter went through the same thing, and also a swimmer. I, for one, would rather it be split between male and female in sports. And if trans people want to be in sports, they should have their own category to not disrupt the flow of things.
That is indeed a fucking bulge if I ever saw one. Guilty. Next question.
Let's see what this Keith has to say about this. The main fucking problem is that you're a jacked up male claiming you're female but still retain your male strength in a column for females only. If you're gonna do this because you failed to get a gold medal when you were male, then don't fucking switch sides and expect nobody would notice.
I think this is gonna strike a fire within the comments section.
Well, this was a fun game to try out, mainly because we've had it for a while and thought it would be fun to play. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you later. I just noticed we never have proper outros for our videos. Should work on that.